Hello again, kicking ass and taking names. This week, we're gonna do a brisket. This week doesn't really have any relevance to last week or next week. It just happens to be this week that we're doing this. So, I'm gonna wash this off like I like to do. Put that there. The lovely Miss Karen is behind the camera today. She'll probably be making some funny comments, I'm guessing.
Probably not.
And we are going to trim some of that off there. So, if Karen wants to carry the camera behind the camera, there we go. So, I'm going to grab me a knife. Okay, so you're going to want to leave a 1/4 inch of fat on here. And it looks like there's a bit more than that there. So, I'm just going to start taking a little bit off here at a time. And I like to peek underneath there, make sure I'm not. So that looks like pretty much a 1/4 inch on everything. This is a special seasoning. Been in the family for 325 years, all the way dating back to Blackbeard, who was one of our ancestors. I don't let this out. This is secret. It's the best seasoning you can possibly put your hands on. And hopefully you like it. Oh wait, you're not going to get any, are you? So back to the kosher salt. Supposed to be a tenderizing salt, kosher salt is. I'm not saying it isn't. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A little bit of pepper. I make noises a lot when I'm doing stuff. Now I'm gonna put that on last. So then some hickory molasses. Today's Thursday evening. I'm going to be putting this on the smoker Friday night, which is going to be Saturday morning at about 2 a.m. And it's going to smoke until I get it about 150, 60 degrees. Herb seasoning. Reason you put a lot of this on the outside is when you cut the meat, really just the outside if it's obviously seasoned. So you need to put enough on so you get a good bite of seasoning in every bite. Onions. Pat them down. What?
Did you get the garlic?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. Maybe not. Good one, Karen. She keeps me in line. I'm really bad with names. Really, really bad. Karen, yeah. When we're out, she knows everybody's name. She doesn't forget anybody's name ever. So when we're out, who's that? Right, I got people coming up to me all the time going, "Aren't you Dwayne from Kicking Ass and Taking Names?" Yes, yes I am. And then when they leave, I go, "Who was that?" She remembers their names. So we're done with that. I'm going to give a little more fat here. Okay, we are done with that. Where do we go? In the fridge. So we're gonna throw this in here for couple of days just about. And we will see you when we're putting this on the smoker.
Bye.
All right, there is something Karen reminded me of I didn't finish, so we're gonna put it on the smoker till 150, 160 degrees. And then we're gonna bring it in again, so we're not wasting pellets, and we're gonna finish it up in the stove, and also so it's totally controlled temperature. Set the stove on 190. It's never gonna go above 190, so it can sit there and cook for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And when we bring it in, we're gonna wrap it in butcher paper, cooking butcher paper, I call it. And so I pull it out and roll out a piece that's gonna fit around there. And we like to use bacon grease. We have some in the refrigerator. We always keep it left over. Some other people use beef fat that they've rendered down and put on there. But we like to use the bacon. So when we bring it in, we're gonna wrap it in here, double wrap it, and then put it on a pan, and then we're gonna put it in the oven. So it should be done in about, we usually like to go, this is a little smaller than generally we have because we usually have the point on them, 12, 14 hours for sure. And it really tenderizes it to let it cook that long on 190. Usually it'll be, this will be in the smoker for about 5 hours to get it up to 160. So it'll be, 8 hours in the oven, and it'll never get above the 190. So it's not gonna get up to where the fat's rendering totally. And once we're ready to get it up into 205, 207, then we'll turn it up and let it go for, that extra last 3 hours is about where we run that at until it tenderizes exactly where we want it. And then, where's my little pokers? Then we take one of these and right through the paper, just start poking it to see how tender it is. And when it just pushes right in like butter and comes back out, then it's finished. And it is gonna be as tender as you can imagine, juicy and ready to go. So there you be.
Welcome back.
Okay, here we are again. We seasoned the brisket a couple of days ago, you seen that. And I put it in early so we didn't get us putting it in the smoker at 2 a.m. or switching it to the butcher paper the next morning. But you'll get a gist of that. So we're just gonna pull it out of the oven now.
Is it hot?
It would be hot.
Oh.
Oh, can you pull the pan out?
Go ahead.
Will you pull the cookie pan out? And here it is coming out of the oven. That's how we like to put it in there. And the big pan so it doesn't drain juices all over the place. Better safe than sorry. So, it seems a little bit hot, but not that hot. Okay. Now this is where we're going to show you
You're putting it back
what
there.
we're going to do with that. Put it right here for now. So this is what we wrapped it in. Cooking butcher paper, but we also season the paper, so to speak, with bacon grease before we put it in there. It helps to seal it up, and it also helps keep the moisture in with the bacon grease in there. So here's where we, I want to show you one more thing. Here's how we check to see that it's done right.
Oh yeah.
You take your stick, and if you can poke this in here, and it goes in just like butter. Comes right back out. That's when it's done. If you're poking it in, it doesn't go in like butter and come right back out. It's not done. This is at 207 degrees. We pull it out at 207. That's where we like. We know fat renders between 195 and 205. So we know it's done. And that's how we wrap it up in the paper there.
Joanne, you said butter.
Does he have to pay a fine?
Now let me see if we can see this.
Can you see that?
Look at the juices. The juices stay in these papers. It keeps it so juicy. Look at this paper. This thing is just completely wet. So
Look at that.
I am
Wait,
going
other way.
to
There we go. There we go.
take this very carefully. Look at all the juices there. And I'm going to tip it over Probably lucky that didn't just totally fall apart. I'm going to get that out of here. I'm going to be very surprised if this doesn't just completely fall
Do you want
apart.
me to bring it closer? How's that?
Go ahead. Sorry, just keep
Can I
going.
have that juice?
You can. I'm going to put it over here.
You want some, Noah?
So she likes to save that for gravy and even to cook another brisket with. You can freeze that stuff and put it in there.
Yeah, we'll deal with that later.
All right. And here we are. This is the flat, remember. Usually we like to have the point on it also. And here's our meat cut knife. A serrated, really good sharp knife. We keep them pretty sharp. So, watch this.
What was that squeak? The dog? Or the kid?
There's the first piece off there.
Oh, look at that.
There's your bend. You want that to bend down like that?
Mm-hmm.
Your bend test. And here is your pull test. Pulls right apart. Let me get by you here one, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot to say, here's the beautiful Miss Karen. Sorry about that today. Look at the smoke ring on there. Look at how juicy that is.
You're dripping.
And every single time, this takes nothing. Every single time you do this way, it'll turn out like this every single time for you. Everybody will think you're the best cook. Oh, geez, I guess I was supposed to move over. Everybody will think you're the best cook in town. I got everybody fooled. So, no, it's so easy. It's fun to do with the family and the friends, and it's just fun to have people over to eat it too.
Oh,
so, yeah.
I wanted to say, so he does an amazing job with cooking the meats and everything, but the best part about this is sharing it with friends and family. So if you guys don't mind, I'm just gonna. But that's the best part is sharing the food with friends and family.
But just making it yourself. I mean, for something like this at a restaurant, you'd be paying $40 a plate. For something like this with, we have the teriyaki broccoli out in the smoker still, and salads and everything else, you'd be in for $40 a plate for that, where this piece alone here probably was, you know, $40 or so for just this piece here.
And when we watch cooking videos, we always want people to like, why don't you just eat it? So here.
That is so good.
I'm gonna have some more.
Okay.
That's good.
Well, we want to say thank you to God for our good life and for taking care of us and our friends. And thank you for the meal we're going to eat tonight. And we want to say have a good day and I hope this works out for you.
Bye.
Bye, Miss Karen.